Well, let's take a look now at finding the surface area of a cylinder. So, just like we spoke previously, the surface area actually, when we're talking about what goes around a container and the top and the bottom. So right now, if you could just think with me about if we were going to look at our favorite soft drink and we want to look at a can. So let's just say if you want to take a can of Coke or Sprite or Tahiti Punch or whatever, and you're looking at the label itself that goes around the can, decorates the can, that is what we would consider the lateral part. But when we look at the bottom and the top, that's our total, because it consists of, if the can is wrapped, both bottom and top, and the actual surface that goes around it. When we look at a cylinder, we're looking at, especially a right cylinder, we're looking at actually radius, height, and of course we're looking at pi. So what I've done to make this align with star is, and I like, don't get me wrong, I love using this formula where it says L and then go in and take and put my S, but I'm going to align with star here and make that S and let you know when I'm talking about lateral, and then again change that to S. So what I'm looking at, when I look at my lateral, I'm looking at 2 pi r. Okay, if you're familiar with that, you know it's pretty close like the circumference. And then we're going to talk about the height. Now we'll throw the height in there as well. And then when we're looking at the total part, we're going to look at our lateral, and then we'll add the area of a circle, which is our base, and we'll multiply that times 2. Okay, so this is what we're doing when we're looking at our area. What I wanted to do was put a actual problem in here for you. Let's see, can I find one? Yeah, let's see, find a good one. I'm looking hard and I'm looking low, trying to find one that's gonna match up what we have. So give me 1 second and I will definitely try to find one that's gonna help us, is what we're trying to do now. Let's see, what about what about if we had a cylinder, and let's see, so let's go ahead and use a cylinder that's has let's see, let's say a radius of 5 feet. So that's 5 feet, and it has a height of 6 feet. Now you can draw the picture if you like, and I think that's a pretty good way to sort of take a look at it. But here I'm just going to go ahead and then I'll put some problems up later for you guys to work. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the map in there for you. So again, if I define my lateral, so I'm going to start off here. To find my lateral, I'm going to use S is equal to 2 pi r h. Now I always just believe that it's also good when we work in these problems that we go ahead and write every single bit of information that we know. So we can say here, let's add pi, so we know that pi is 3.14. So if we know that now, all we got to do is reach over here and substitute our variables. So S is going to equal to 2 times 3.14 times radius of 5, and I have a height of 6. Okay, I'm going to go from left to right. Again, we talked about you don't have to, but I'm going to go from left to right, and I'm going to say S is 6.28. That's something you might want to kind of keep in the back of your mind to save math. And 5 times 6 will be 30. Okay, so now all I got to do now is multiply 6.28 times 30 and find my lateral measurement. So here I'm going to take 6.28 and I'm going to multiply by 30 because this is a shortcut for me. 0, 3 times 8 is 24, and 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 6 is 18. I have 2 places that I'm going to point out. So that gives me 188.40. Now you might want to check my math. Please always do that to make sure that because I'm a calculator person. I'm a Inspire CS individual. So CAS actually. So let's take a look now at our total. So we found the lateral, and again, since we were looking at feet, so this will be feet squared, and our total, and the only thing we're going to do for total is we're going to add the lateral 188.40 feet square to the actual area of a circle, and we're going to multiply that times 2. So here 2 times the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. So we have pi times radius squared. So now all we got to do is continue on with our math here. So what I'm just go over to the side over here to do this to keep from doing a lot of work underneath so we don't run out of space. So I'm going to go over here and solve for my big P. And here I see B is equal to pi. So that's 3.14. Ooh, what a 1. I really apologize for all the erasing. So 3.14 times, and we have a radius of 5, so that'll be 5 squared or 25. So B is going to be 3.14 times 25, and then again I'll go up here and do my math. 3.14 times 25, 5 times, that's 0, and a 2, that's 7, and 5 times 3 is 15, and then we have 8 and 2 and 6. I tell you, you need to always remember what that is. 0, that's 15, and 5 and 7, that makes 8 and 7. We're going to point out 2 places. So now we get a base. Our base is 78.5. But hey, look at here. We have to multiply that times 2. So we found the base. So let's bring it down now and say that our total is 188.40, and we're looking at feet square plus 2 times 78.5. That's going to give us so let's add 78.5 here. That's 0, and 16, 1 is 17, and 14, 1 is 15. So that's giving me S is equal to 188.40 feet square plus 157 feet square. So that will equal to, and let's go ahead and add 188.40 this, and we get 0, 4, and of course that's 15 and 14 and 3. So I have a total surface area of 345.40, and of course they are feet square. Okay, finding the lateral surface area of a right cylinder with rocking math. Thank you.